like to welcome you all to the opening of Tapestry Embrace at BJ Spoke Gallery in Huntington, New York. I'm Elinor Schoenfeld, who's the artist for this solo show, and I would like to walk you through some of the paintings. So the painting on my right is an acrylic pour. It's called Heat, and if you can look carefully, you can almost see leaves coming in and out of the painting, and it's done in multiple layers. As we move to my left, this is an example of a multimedia presentation. It's done as 4 canvases, and each canvas can stand by itself, but together they make up a mixed media presentation. There's a lot of different media that go into this. Some of it has glass, glass beads. This is stenciling. There's also tissue paper, and it was done in pieces that I did sketches, and then I put it together to make up the presentation. If we continue moving, this next painting, which is 40 by 40 inches square, is another fluid acrylic painting, and I call this Confusion. Some people see flowers in it, and most of these paintings you can see what you want. If you turn it differently, you will see something different every time you look at it. So I call this Confusion because I see this as one part of the painting, and this is another feel that's coming through it. But I love the fluidity of the way it moves. If you zoom in and you look at any one piece, like down here, and you were to isolate that as a painting, you see something totally different than what you might see up here. But the beauty of the paint that I use, which is from Golden, is the fact of the translucency, so you can see right through and to the colors underneath. And most of these colors, each color that's used here is pure, so it hasn't been mixed ahead of time, and the mixing happens on the canvas. The next painting I'd like to introduce you to is called Feathers. This is a painting that's very different from the two pours that you've previously seen, and that's because, as you can see, the colors are much bolder, and that's because you use much denser paint when you're pouring. But I call this Feathers because of the look in here that you see that looks like a feather, as well as the feathering that's happening up here. But again, if you zero in and you look at some of this, you're going to see different things as you look. I also want you to notice that you're seeing a little halo here. This was from one of the pours that happened as you pour. It starts drying very rapidly, and that shows you that it's a winter time when the weather is drier, that it removes the water very quickly. And so that way, when you look at a painting, you could tell when it's done, whether it's winter or summer. If we move ahead, this next painting is called Sunrise Sunset. And I call this Sunrise Sunset because it's the phases of the sun in a day. So you're starting with the early morning and a very pale sun. You're going to the hot midday sun. Then you're starting to get to the end of the day where the sun starts turning more orangey. Then you're getting to your sunset, and the last you're going to where the sun hits the horizon and it's ready to set for the day. So if we can move to the other side of the gallery.